Welcome back again to another live from the Norwegian woods. I'm your host, Ulf Håkanes Gray from WhiteWolfAlchemy.com. And I'm gonna move these flowers a little bit. As usual, the usual topic. The topic of soul-to-soul connection. All right. There's so much conflicting information online. There's so much information online that comes from belief system, that comes from fairy tales, that comes from spiritual new age fluff. And while that is all great and dandy and part of what we're here to graduate and put to the test and eventually hopefully let go of, it's challenging because you will experience what you believe. So you will be proven right, even if you're wrong. You will experience your belief system. And so it will be real to you. And that is why there's so much different information out there, more and more different information now that we're seeing people having this soul-to-soul connection with different backgrounds, with different programming, indoctrination, belief system, and so on. Jeffafafa! So good to see you, man. So yeah, I'm doing these lives here now, and we'll keep doing that, even though we're not going to be the usual crowd. But hey, just sitting here drinking out of cups, if you know what I mean. Just being sure to, use the proper props. I got my name on this cup, given to me by a very special member of my wolf pack, a brother. Most of the time, I try not to cross the line between clients and friendships, because once that line gets blurred, it's hard to be for most people to be professional. I can work with family, I can work with close friends and still have the same skill set and not be emotionally attached in that way. But yeah, ever so often there's someone that sneaks behind the lines, the border, and becomes close friend and a member of the family. And like it's happened like 3 or 4 out of the thousands that I've worked with. But sometimes there's just an undeniable soul connection, even with a client, with someone who becomes a friend, someone who becomes a member of the family. soul to soul connection is more than just relationship. It's more than just love. It's just some people out there you know they're part of your tribe. And I can say tribe because I'm a descendant of Vikings, and we had Viking tribes. Vi hadde vikingstammer her i Norge, for å si det sånn. Vi hadde vikingstammer. We had tribes. In every valley, there was a different tribe with a different dialect, so different that it sounds a little bit like a different language, even. Like we had in many parts of Europe. Like with the native tribes in Native America as well, you know. So our tribes here worked in the same way. So I'm allowed to say tribe. There's some people out there that's like, oh no, you're using colonizer. You're culturally appropriating. No, I'm not. I'm using perfectly acceptable terminology for my ancestry. So, yeah, some people are part of your tribe. They're part of your soul tribe. They're part of your soul cluster. They come from the same source. And I believe there's many sources out there of points of origin. There was many big bangs, not just one. There's a multiverse out there, many multiverses probably. We're trying to cram, the cosmos into these belief system boxes of ours. And in the same way, we're trying to cram this soul to soul connection into these belief system boxes. The fairy tale, the eternal love, and all that stuff. And I believe we still have to choose. We still have to choose connection. I could disconnect at any point from myself, from the one that I'm connected to, from those that I am connected to, whatever type of connection, right? And it's no different with these connections, these twin flame connections. We can disconnect. As soon as we're disconnected from ourselves, which is what happened in the power struggle, which is what happened in the separation phase, we are disconnected from the self. And because we're disconnected from the self, we also disconnect from the other. Not because they are you, necessarily. They're their own person. Even though you may share souls and oversouls or higher selves or whatnot, multidimensionally being part of, the same soul in different avatars. There's more than one of you out there. There's more than the two of you out there, multidimensionally speaking. Like, I like this idea of how Jesus and his disciples may have been avatars from the same higher self. And that's why Judas was able to do what he did. And Jesus knew he just forgave him. It's me doing this to me, basically. But then there was Mary Magdalene, and probably, these other versions of her there. I'm not sure. I wasn't there. It's all hearsay by now. Whether you're a channeler or whatever you are, all that information is going to be hearsay. It's going to be rumors. It's going to be speculation. So I believe that that's what's going on with these twin flames as well. Manifesting a bunch of avatars to hold down a specific type of frequency. When it doesn't work out with one, there's um, gravitation of another, because the mission and the anchoring of these frequencies is more important than the two of them combined, more important than a twin flame union or the twin flame religion, whatever that means to you. Their mission, the anchoring of this frequency, the templating of this consciousness is far more important than the two of them combined, the two of them in union. And so when these connections get disconnected in separation and eventually tits up in the fish tank, you know, it's vital for the continuous anchoring of this frequency. And so a lot of people are mentioning monad twin flames. I am here to tell you that I believe all twin flames are monadic. All twin flames are multidimensional and part of soul cluster that is incarnated in different avatars from the same higher self to anchor in this consciousness. And we can all pull talents, gifts, and traits from the other avatars. Now, if you want to dive deeper into how I'm thinking, go watch a show called Sense8, where I believe they have channeled this information almost perfectly, where they're like, look away from the orgies and all that nasty stuff that they're doing there. Nasty according to my preferences and belief systems, but I would never mix my energy with that many people in that way, or be physical with so many people is, out of the question for me. But the idea, it really opens up the thought of the multidimensional soul-to-soul connection, the consciousness that we are experiencing in these connections. And I believe this pressure that a lot of us put on this connection, like, oh, you're the one. Just that, the one? Like, that's a whole lot of pressure. And if we don't make it together, we're failing God. That's the kind of bullshit that I used to believe. Oh my God, we're failing the union, we're failing this mission, and we're not doing what we came here to do, because I had strong convictions of what I'm supposed to do here. And I would fairly early on get up on my soapbox in front of a camera on YouTube here and be stupid and strongly advise as to what the others were sharing of information did not resonate with me. And looking back now, the ones that I was resonating with, I don't resonate with anymore. And I'm coming back more and more to the idea that both Teal Swan and Matt Kahn shared somewhat, even though I do not believe that they shared it from a twin flame frequency. I still believe that what they were channeling of information through their filters is closer to what it is that I'm experiencing today than the forever after bullshit that Leora, God rest her soul, and all the other twin flame teachers have been teaching, even now are teaching, a lot of them. This stages of twin flame union with a separation and surrender, and people waiting around forever for someone to return who may or may not ever return at all. And are you willing to waste 1 or 2 decades waiting around for this person to realize that you are the one. That's a little strong. So I've worked with people that have waited 20 years and nothing happened, and they wasted 2 decades of their life waiting for some knucklehead living down the street to realize that, oh my God, you're the love of my life. And him driving past her to work every day, and she's holding on, holding out for him, waiting for him to return, and he's never, ever, 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 ever gonna do that. And female biology and everything, she passes up on the chance to have kids. She passes up on the chance to live out some of her dreams, and end up with a bunch of regret and bitterness as a result of that. And here you see, Jeff, those two that just left, they are doing exactly that. Aren't they? And the two viewers that just left, as soon as I haven't even finished that sentence, the same, they left at the exact same time. And why? Because what I said triggered them immensely. And why does it trigger? Because, they're holding on to that dream. They're holding on to that dream of the one. Triggered! Yeah, you kidding me? Triggered! I'm leaving this video. He does not know what he talks about, this guy. I'm sure he's not even with his twin flame, I'm pretty sure. Who even is he? I've been in this community now for 2 years, and I prefer this other guy who tells me exactly what I want to hear. I'm gonna go listen to him right now, because he tells me that one day I will be reunited with my eternal beloved and will live happily ever after on Gumdrop Lane in the Lollipop Forest. Oh my God. I'm so happy. I can almost smell the pine. Oh no, wait. That's one of these people whining and pining in the Twin Flame groups about the one that went away, isn't it? That was a different kind of pine altogether. All right, I'm gonna grow up now and be a grown-up. I'm gonna drink from my wolf cup with my name on it from one of the best out there. Yeah, man. So, where was I? Twin Flame who? Twin Flame what? Yeah. We have to challenge our belief systems. We have to really, really take a look at what kind of indoctrination, what kind of programming, what kind of belief system it is that we're holding on tightly to. And be like, okay, some of this may not be serving me. Am I in the same place this year as I was a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago? Like, if I'm really, really honest with myself, have I grown? Have I matured spiritually? Have I realized what I need to realize in order to get to where I need to go? Those are the kind of questions that we have to ask. You have to put our belief systems to the acid test. You have to talk to people that do not believe what you believe. You have to talk to people that don't, guzzle up your belief systems for good fish. So it's like, okay, how long have you been waiting? How long have you been waiting for your twin flame to return? If it's over a year, then I suggest, start taking your belief systems to the acid test. If it's been 2 years, 3 years, and you're still waiting and longing and whining and pining, go go start therapy. Go start the inner child work. Go find someone professional to work with, someone who you resonate with, someone who can help you get your life back in order. Because you're obsessing, you're creating a mental illness for yourself, and it's not healthy. And no one gives a crap about your stupid twin flame, so no point going into all these twin flame groups and yammering about them, saying the same thing to 50 different people, thinking that one of them cares enough to flip the switch for you, because none of them will and none of them can, and they don't care. Seriously, get out of those groups altogether. Only thing you're doing is being in an echo chamber of pain and torture of self. It's not gonna serve you. What you need to do, is just go for walks. Go for walks in the forest, like my buddy Jeff here. Clear your mental body. Clear your inflamed mental body and your obsession. And stop referring to them as my twin. Stop referring to them without their name. Remove the name and the face altogether and remember that energy that you felt in the connection. Could you feel that energy again? Could it have been just you who felt it? Could have been a one-sided connection. Those do occur, you know that. It could have been, a short-lived connection that was meant to activate the both of you, and then you will find who you're meant to be with further down the line, and that's called a catalyst. And it happened to me many times before I met who I am now married to, and we have kids, and it just makes sense. She's the only one who can hold my energy, the only one who does not leave, even though she lived out of her suitcase for 2 years, like Mel and Nicole and all of those. And I was working on getting my shit together. Fortunately, I had enough of my shit together in order to stay in my masculine core, in which I was able to bring her back to me in her running. Had she been the man and I've been the woman, we would have been in big trouble. We probably wouldn't have been together. So it's very, very important for us in these soul-to-soul connections to stay in our biological core. I cannot stress that enough. In order for the alchemy to happen, in order for the energetics to flow and move, we have to be in our biological core. Meaning, I as a man need to be in my masculine core for this twin flame union to flow and work. She has to be in her biological feminine core in order for this union to flow and work. If she's in her masculine core and I'm in my feminine core, if she's in her masculine energy, and I am in my feminine energy, we would be tits up in the fish tank within 6 months. 6 months of power struggle and heightened drama and bullshit. And boom, tits up in the fish tank. Absolutely. It is the fact that I'm able to go into my masculine core and emanate masculine energy that has her stay in her feminine core and feminine energy and gravitate back towards me when there is anything. In the past, with my catalysts, I would be in my feminine energy thinking that I was the divine feminine in a masculine body. I was delusional. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. You're in your feminine energy, dude, and it's never going to work out for you guys unless you get back to your masculine core. You're not the divine feminine in a masculine body. That's mental illness. Yep. In the same way that the obsession is a mental illness, the twin flame obsession, absolute mental illness. You can't stop thinking about them. It hurts. Your brain hurts, your body hurts, everything aches and whines and pines. It's sickness, and you have to cure it. You have to find a cure for yourself. Otherwise, you're going to make yourself sick. You're going to make other people around you sick too. It's just, I know, because I've been there. I know. I had the same obsession myself. I was the chaser in all my connections. I was the chaser. And I chased hard. I chased while they were in the room. I chased. They were running while I was in the room. How does that work? Look up your attachment styles: anxious attached and avoidant attached. You know, anxious avoidant, these kinds of fearful avoidant, these attachment styles. That's what we're up against. But amplified to the nth degree, because this is soul to soul connection and alchemy. So you're looking at, having your nerve ends fried because everything is amplified. But no, you cannot be a male twin flame with a feminine core. That's impossible. That's impossible. Yeah, man, I was even, telling other people, and I was supposed to, be a leader according to Mel Brand. But I was leading people in the wrong direction with the information, much like most of the twin flame community still is. So I'm not taking it too hard. I did the best that I could with what I had. The law of pregnance, which is everyone's doing the best that they can with what they have and where they're at. And we have to believe that, except for with really, really toxic individuals, we can't give them too many chances. I was chasing like mad. I was chasing on the couch with them next to me. My energy must have been swallowing them up, so obsessed, and like a black hole next to a fiery sun. I was sitting there like, love me, because I'm not loving myself. And they were like, but I'm pretty self-assured, and I don't know, it's kind of intense. And I'm like, love me. And then, I was afraid of them leaving, and they left. Everyone. Of course, you manifest what you fear. You manifest what you believe. You manifest what you fear. That's why you gotta really, really work on that inflamed mental body. That's why you really, really gotta work on that inflamed emotional body. That's why we really, really, really gotta do the work, because once our trifecta is fully activated, and the hummingbird chakra, the heart chakra, and the manifestation chakra are working in tandem like a trifecta, and we're manifesting everything, then we better be clear. Then we better be clear in the mental body. We better be clear in the emotional body. If you're manifesting and your head is full of shit, if you're manifesting and your emotional body is out of whack, what you're going to be manifesting is going to be shit and out of whack. I can testify to that. So, it's not easy in these soul-to-soul connections. And I prefer to call it that over the twin flame anymore. I've experienced, and I don't want to call them catalysts. I firmly am of the understanding now that I could have had a sacred union with them in the same way that I have now with my wife Mary, if I had been mature enough, if they had been mature enough. Spiritually speaking, spiritually mature, spiritually accountable, spiritually with it, spiritually ready. And yeah, holding down that energy, able to hold the energy and not get lost in narcissistic patterning, not get lost by, uh, jealous friends or narcissistic friends. Uh, yeah, all those disruptive energies that whisper crap and bullshit into your ears, um, and into your inbox in social media. Those are plentiful. The people that will be jealous of you in your soul to soul connection online. If you're online and in a recent soul to soul connection, you don't want to be in union at all. If you're more online than you are with your sacred connection, you don't want to be in union. You're already allowing the internet trolls to eat up your precious unicorn. Then you want attention more than you want connection. So, yeah, it's tricky, especially in the beginning. You have all these people with their opinions, all this interference, and you have to navigate that. You have to navigate the intensity of the connection. You have to navigate one another's bullshit, your own bullshit, and it's just tricky. You have to navigate narcissistic family members, probably. Most of us did. Um, and just rarely ends well. You have to really, really choose one another consciously. You have to really, really choose and be certain every day. Because as soon as you're like laissez faire, and you're like, whatever happens, happens. Ho ho ho. You got weak intent, you got weak will, you're going to be fodder for the wraiths and the demons of the unconscious, both in yourself and your family members and friends and online community. They can all just eat at you like vultures, and your connection will be tits up in the fish tank in no time. So I strongly recommend in the first few months, go find one another, see if it's real, see if it's real. If it's not, it'll prove itself sooner rather than later. You won't waste so much time. And you'll also stand a better chance if it is real, because you'll have solidified and anchored a lot of it. Yeah. And because that is, most of us meet online. Most of us are meeting in the social media, and it's forums, and we're not meeting our twin flame down the street or in the supermarket for the most part. That's incredibly rare from my almost 15 years in this community now. And I'm going to still be out here talking shit and growing and evolving in front of you all, like I have been. And yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy this ride. I love being what we are. I learned to enjoy it when I was in separation from my first active soul connection. I learned to enjoy the pine, the pain. As a musician and artist, that pain held riches for me. I could use it to write amazing poetry. I could use it to write amazing music. I could use, that to feed the beast within me and the longing. And eventually, I found the greatest connection of all, myself, and the mystical, the divine, whatever we want to call it, source. I found myself at the source of creation, creating creation with source intelligence. And I realized, wow, what what I could do with this energy was beyond the twin flame union, beyond the twin flame connection. What I could do with this energy, what I could do with this consciousness was far beyond sitting and smooching on a couch with your beloved. It went far beyond, uh, Kundalini rising. It went far beyond cosmic tantric sex. It went far beyond, in my spiritual puberty, which unfortunately happened online as well, with all my poetry and writing. With my spiritual puberty, I had better tantric masturbation sessions with myself than I had sex with any woman prior in my life, because I was fully connected and edging and cresting and using the microcosmic orbit in a way that blew my mind. I'm not sure I would have explored that and understood that if it had not been for this path. But I realized, damn, the potency of this energy and learning to wield it in mastery, the vitality that could be explored, the energy that could be, harvested and stored within my unified field to produce results in clients for healing, put into my poetry and creativity, like give people goosebumps with art and poetry, give people goosebumps. That's fucking awesome. You gotta love it. Maybe you're twins, man. Oh no. Twin gays. It's my twin gay. But I don't want a twin gay. I'm not gay. But Jeffrey, come on. Wake up and smell the pine, man. This is it. Oh my God. For anyone out there who might be, that's a complete joke on the twin ray. If you ever heard of it's supposed to be a better label than twin flames, And you don't really choose your twin flame now, do you? So all of a sudden, what if I'm straight and my twin flame is gay? A gay man? Oh no! Twin gays! Yeah, that was an internal joke within the community for a while. We were like, you can't control who's your twin flame, right? You'd be like, I'm not gay though, man. Can I have another? Yes, there is another. Twin race. That's absolute hogwash. There's nothing called twin race at all. It's just the same soul to soul connection with a different human label in order to make something better than it actually is. Twin souls, twin flames, twin race. all the same stuff. They're not better. They're not more highly evolved. They're not ascended masters. I'm sorry. Turn off the TV and go for a walk. Turn off your YouTube and go for a walk. Ground a little. Twin race. Absolute hogwash. I used to believe that. I used to believe that as well, Jeff. There's a lot of belief systems I shook over the years. Twin race. Yeah, man, this is like something higher. It's even more evolved than our twin flame union. I'm pretty sure we've become twin race now. We're probably gonna ascend into the mothership or God's butthole within a week. No, you're not gonna ascend quicker or evolve faster. You're not twin race. I'm sorry. You're multi-dimensional beings having a human experience for a short while, sharing a higher self in two different avatars. And there's more than one of you, more than two of you out there. Beware. Yeah, there's more than the two of you out there. And that's kind of frightening and challenging too. You know, you're in a twin flame union and all of a sudden there's a third twin. But I thought we were twin flames. What's this? Nope. Back to the drawing board. Time to rewrite the label. Time to rewrite the belief systems. What? But how can you be in union? Well, it's one of you were disconnected. Here comes another. So you got to cultivate that connection. Cultivate the connection to self. Cultivate the connection to one another. And stay connected, y'all. Stay connected. That's the key. Much love to Lee and Sherry for their information out there over the years. Still going strong. Yeah, connection. That's where it's at. That simple and that difficult all at the same time. If you're not connected to you, how do you expect someone else to be connected to you? Lee and Sherry. Great line. Great line, really. That's kind of a mantra. Should be a mantra. If you're not connected to you, how can you expect someone else to be connected to you? You're running from you. If you're chasing, you're running from you. If you're running from you. And how do you expect to stay connected if you're running from you? Those will be my last words for this one. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for Jeffing. All right. Enough coffee for today. Thank you guys for Jeffing, for joining us. Jeffs. I'm sorry. You know, my nickname back in the day was Uffe, and it sounds a little like Jeffy as well. So there's more than two of you out there. All right. If you want help with learning how to enjoy this journey, I'm your dude, man. I'm your guy. I learned that fairly early on. This journey is supposed to be enjoyable. It's supposed to be more than smooching on the couch and hooking up with your twin flame. There's potential here that's getting lost to the many and could be utilized for exponential, multi-dimensional juice. And it's all there within you. You just need to check it out. Like my man Jeff the First here, who absolutely rock star and has moved through some major stuff and is now riding the microcosmic orbit like a Jedi. That's where we want to be. Thank you guys for watching. Talk to you all soon. Lots of free information up on the website, whitewolfalchemy.com, for those of you who may be new here. And if you're not new here, thank you for your support and love. And thank you for being part of our community. And you rock. See you all again soon. Any topics, for example, that you're struggling with, I'll make a live on the topic. I love doing these lives. I love connecting with you guys. If you have any requests, feel free to send them on my website or here. Have a great week ahead of you guys. Let's see if I can turn this off here. Nope.